Just by looking at this number, can you say that this number is divisible by 2, 5 or 10? In today's video, we'll learn exactly how. So before that, let us learn what does divisible means. What does divisible means? This is D. Okay. What does divisible means? So divisible, any number, given number is said to be divisible by any number, say 2 in this case, if the remainder while dividing the given number by 2 is 0. So we'll understand it with the example. Let us say I have a number 58 and I have to find whether this number is divisible by 2 or not. In that case, I have to divide 58 by 2. And if I get the remainder as 0, then we can say that 58 is divisible by 2. So I am dividing it. So as you can see, the remainder here is 0. That means we can say that 58 is divisible by 2. But this is a long process. Today we learn just by looking at this number, we can say whether this is divisible by 2, 5 or 10 or not. Okay, so let us start today's video. So first of all, we learn the divisibility rule by 2. That is, any number, given number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is even number. That is even number 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. We learn about even numbers in other classes. Okay, so let us take an example and it will be easier for you to understand. So I'll take an example. I have a number, say 78,426. Now I have to tell whether this number is divisible by 2 or not. So we just look at the last digit, that is the digit in the units place, 6. So here this 6 is an even number. That's why this whole number is divisible by 2. Okay, so just looking at the last digit, we can say that this whole number, that is 78,426, is divisible by 2. We don't need to divide it and show the answer. We just can say it just looking at the last digit. Okay, so I'll take another example and you tell me. Okay, say I have got 38, 420, 20. Okay, so is this divisible by 2? Yes, because the last digit is 0. 0 is a even number. Similarly, number 3, say 425, 423. Look at the last digit, it is 3. 3 is not an even number, it is a odd number. So if the last digit is not even, then the whole number is not divisible by 2. So this number is not divisible by 2. Okay, so number 4. This is the last example I am taking. You just guess the answer. Okay, so I take the number as 1,846,288. Is this divisible by 2? Yes, because the last digit is 8. Okay, so this is the divisibility rule of 2. So just remember, just look at the last digit and you'll find whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. Now we come to the second rule, that is the divisibility rule of 5. And it says that any given number is divisible by 5 if its last digit is 0 or 5. So what does it mean? Let us check the example. So example, say I have a number 45,280. Okay, so we just look at the last digit, and according to the rule, if the last digit is 0 or 5, then whole number can be divided or divisible by 5. So this number is also divisible by 5. Why? Because the last digit is 0. Okay, this is divisible by 5. Okay, now number 2, 29,875. Look at the second number. Second number is 29,875. Is it divisible by 5? Yes, because the last digit is 5. Okay, now we look at the last example. Say I take the example 1 crore 80 lakhs 47,268. So is this number divisible by 5? Yes, because no, I'm so sorry. It is not divisible by 5 because the last digit is 8. 8. So in order that the given number is divisible by 5, the last digit should be 0 or 5. Okay, so this is not divisible by 5. Okay. Okay. We learned the divisibility rule of 2 and 5. Now we learn the divisibility rule of 10, which is the easiest among all. Okay, so the rule says that if the last digit is 0, only 0, then that number is divisible by 10. So I'll take the example. Okay. Example 25,408. Is this divisible by 10? No, because the last digit is 8. It is not divisible by 10. Because in order that a given number be divisible by 10, the last digit should be 0. So I'll take another example. 4 crore 25 lakhs 69,240. Is this divisible by 10? Yes, because the last digit is 0. Okay, so these are easy. We learn the divisibility rule of 2, 5 and 10. So this rule also can be called as the last digit rule, because in all three cases we look at the last digit. Okay, because to check whether it's divisible by 2 or not, we check the last digit, and if it is the even number, then that number is divisible by 2. Okay, similarly, if the last digit is 0 or 5, then that number is divisible by 5. Finally, if the last digit is only 0, then that number is divisible by 10. Okay. Divisibility rule of 2, 5 and 10, they look simple, but they will be very helpful for you to find the HCF and the LCM, to reduce a given fraction to the lowest form, and in other sums in higher classes. Okay, so you can remember this rule as the last digit rule, because we just look at the last digit. Okay, in the next video we learn about the divisibility rule of 3 and 9. Okay, and if you found this video helpful, a like would highly encourage me to make such videos, and please share it with your friends and subscribe to Basicmaths, and let us learn maths in a simple and easy way. Thank you for watching the video.